All right, good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. If you took a look at the board when you came in, there are a couple things that I wanted you guys to pull out in preparation for today's class period. So first of all, the warm-up sheet, obviously, that we know that we have to knock out first. And then the review sheet that you got for the quiz that you guys are going to take today. And that quiz is going to obviously take everybody slightly different amounts of time. Not everybody's going to finish all at the same time. So after we quiz this morning, you guys are going to get an assignment to work on after you're finished. And then once everybody is done, we will resume with taking some notes and getting started with our final topic of Unit 1, which will get us into ancient Greece and Rome. So good stuff, starting to talk about a little bit more concrete historical facts. Although religion I found very interesting too, and I hope you did as well. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with thing 1, our warm-up sheet, and we'll take care of Wednesday's warm-up. And I'll let you know that you want to pay extra close attention to your warm-up questions this morning, because hint, hint, nudge, nudge, they might be on your quiz. Okay? So as I cue this up here and get the projector all warmed up for you all, I'll go through and take attendance here quickly. And my intention is also just to let you guys know, give you guys fresh seats in here starting tomorrow. I'll have a fresh seating chart for you. And then just going forward, the idea is that I try to change up seats in here after we quiz or take a test. So pretty much after every unit. And that way, if you are stuck in a spot or by somebody you don't want to be by, you're not there forever, you can kind of get a change of scenery eventually and switch it up. So as I zoom this guy in, if you guys have your warm-up sheets out, please, you guys will see that I've listed out for you the 5 major world religions on the top in italicized letters. And what you want to do is basically separate them out. Tell me which of the 5 are monotheistic, which of the 5 are polytheistic, and then of the 5, list any that are neither poly or monotheistic. Has anybody not been here in need or lost their copy of a warm-up sheet so that they can take care of this morning? Anybody need a copy? Liz, you got your warm-up sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it out for me, please. Nobody wants to be in world history twice. Let's do this. This is easy stuff. Mr. Hart, you got a warm-up sheet? Mr. Bauer, you got a warm-up sheet? Let's do this. I will get you one, my friend. Here you go.
Thank you, Chief.
You are very welcome, and it's Miss Smith. I am far from a G.
A G?
A G.
It's better than saying the B word or the N word.
I would completely agree with you there. But all of that is inappropriate to address your teacher.
I learned it from Sesame Street, G. That's why I got it.
You're not being cute, sweetheart. Just do your warm-up.
Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so I can help you figure it out. It's asking you, from the top of 5 religions listed out there, which ones believe in just one God? That's what monotheistic means. And which ones believe in many gods? That's what polytheistic means. And which one believes in no gods? So let's talk through it. Let's help them out. Anybody know the first answer, number 1? Which ones of those 5 are all monotheistic? Do we know for sure? Go ahead, Edward. Beautiful. Those last 3, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Number 2, where it asks about the ones that are polytheistic. Go ahead. Sorry? Absolutely. Hinduism, they've got lots of gods. Remember, they've got Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva and all these other guys that basically represent different powers. And what about the third one? What's the one that's neither? Good, Buddhism. So on your quiz today, you're going to see that same type of question where you've got those 5 listed out, and you're going to have to tell me for each one, is it monotheistic, polytheistic, or neither? So just take another look back at what you wrote down so that when you see it on the quiz, it can be something easy and you know that you can definitely get 100% on that particular part of the quiz, okay? If you guys are all done with this, I do want to spend just a couple minutes going over some like last minute tidbits that maybe we didn't stress heavily when we were taking notes that are definitely things you're going to want to be aware of for this quiz. So on this next slide, I've just got a couple keywords to talk through really briefly before I pass it out, okay? So this is my quick review special edition, and just obviously, we know that the big sort of bulk of your questions are going to be all about those 5 major religions, the ones you just all listed up there, and their big beliefs. So you're going to want to be able to tell me basically about what religion the 5 pillars, for example, has to do with or is associated with. What religion reads the Quran? What religion worships in a synagogue? Right? So kind of keeping it straight in terms of which religion is associated with which key term and concept and belief, okay? These 2 things are on your quiz but haven't really been stressed heavily in the last week or so I wanted to remind us of some stuff that came about at the beginning of the course, but we haven't talked about in a few weeks. So first of all, you're going to have a question about what animism is. And I wrote it on the board at the end of class yesterday and told you guys you wanted to add it to your review sheet because it wasn't on there. But just keep in mind, animism is a belief that basically non-living stuff has a spirit. So basically anything that is not alive technically can be seen as good or bad based on the spirit that they possess. So potentially my stapler has a spirit, this projector board has a spirit, everything has a spirit. That's animism. Think about it as animated, like if something comes alive, right? You can think about it if something is dead and then it's animated, then it has a spirit, right? Animism. The second piece of information I just want to remind us of is what we learned about when we talked about Confucius. We talked about when we took notes on ancient China, but you're going to see that there are questions about Confucius beliefs in this quiz. So just note that Confucianism is associated with early China, so just think Confucius, China, CC, you can kind of make that connection if you can keep those 2 things together. And the key part of Confucianism that you're going to need to know is that it maintained social order and peace and harmony in China for a very long time because its main teaching was basically that people in life should know their role, accept the responsibilities that come along with their role, and basically just do right by their personal jobs. So again, if you are born into a low class as a peasant, Confucius would teach you that you need to accept your role as a peasant and you need to be a great peasant. Farm the best you can farm. And he talks about kind of 5 sacred relationships that he tries to emphasize as being the most important in terms of maintaining social order. So like the duty of a husband to a wife, the duty of a ruler to their subjects, the duties of older siblings towards their younger siblings. Again, know where you stand in society, accept your role in society, and be a good at whatever it is that you're born into, okay? So again, these things are things that we talked about, but we haven't really stressed them recently, so I wanted to kind of just put them back in your mind briefly here this morning before we get this quiz underway. And if that is all I've got for you up here, I want to open it up to you guys if there's anything on the review sheet or any other kind of lingering questions about stuff before we take care of this morning. So if you have the review sheet out with you and you saw some of the words that are in those boxes and you're trying to sort them out, does anybody have any questions before I pass out the quiz? Just note that the moment you guys stop asking me questions is the moment that I start passing out quiz. So if I were you, I would ask questions as much as possible to help study right now, because that way you can get more of a kind of a crash course cram session in right now before you have to take the thing. So if you got the review sheet or the note packet, either or, start looking through it, see if there's anything else on there that I can clarify for you. And if you got nothing, let's get the thing over with.
Easy, Dad.
Yeah, go ahead, the phone's right there. Give you guys a couple minutes to think about this. Nothing? All right, then let's go ahead and do it. If you guys would please clear off your desk. All you need is something to write with. You can mark up the quiz as much as you want. I don't have a Scantron for you to complete with it, so you want to make sure that your answers are extra clear on here by circling or writing the letters at the side for me, because again, you don't need a Scantron for this one. You need to mark it right on the quiz, okay? The second page of the quiz is a part of a common formative assessment, and what that means essentially is that your second page is not going to be graded within this quiz score. It's going to be graded as something separate, because the second page is something that all of the world history teachers in the department are giving all of the world history students to basically compare where everybody's at. And so it's not going to be used to penalize you if you're not doing 100% on that second page. It's basically just a gauge as a point of comparison for all of the world history teachers to see where their classes are at. But hey, trying to get 100%, make me look good, you know what I'm saying? All right, here you guys go. Please do not forget your names, of course. When you finish the quiz this morning, if you would please come bring it back to me and pick up the assignment on the projector. And then again, once everyone is done, we can kind of pick it up where we leave off and resume once everybody has finished the quiz, okay? Good luck, good luck. You guys will be A-okay. I have utter faith in your academic ability, and I know that you guys can do the thing. The first test, it'll be after Unit 2. So you will only have quizzes for Unit 1, and this is your second quiz. And you'll take one more on Greece and Rome, and then we'll be in Unit 2. Okay? All right, you guys, good luck. Put it away for me.